Welcome again to another episode of Hometown Podcast, where you learn beyond what you're taught and you know beyond what you've heard. Well, today we have a special guest. I have to think about this, Michelle. Michelle Hunter. Yeah. Okay. And Michelle, how long have you been at the bank?
16 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it'd be easy for me to forget the last name.
Well,
right?
it started out with another one, and so that's okay.
So there was a change.
It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a change in there.
Yep.
All right. So tell us a little bit about where you're from, where you grew up, what about high school, that kind of stuff.
Well, as you'll hear, clearly I'm a Blount County native. That's not going to be hidden very well today, but Blount County born and raised. Attended Oneonta K through 12. Been here always and forever. Never lived in another state or county. So.
Yeah, so you're a redskin.
I'm a redskin. Yep.
Yeah.
For real. Yep.
And then how many kids?
I have one daughter myself, but between my husband and I, we have four. He has 3 boys.
Yeah.
So all grown. Youngest ones are 20, just turned 25. So they're all up and out of the house-ish.
Yeah.
So
you are empty nesting, or you got some coming back around?
We have my daughter living with us at this time and her son. So we have the grandbaby in the house.
Yeah.
1-year-old. Makes life a little bit different, but that's where we're at right now. We're enjoying our grandparenting phase. It's not our first grandbaby. My oldest stepson has his grandkids as well. So, but we just don't get to see them as much. But yeah, we're in our grandparent phase, Peema and Peepaw right now. So
yeah, right.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of fun though.
It's definitely fun. It's so much better. Even with him being in the house, you can appreciate those phases of discovery and toddler adventure so much better as a grandparent than you did when you were the overwhelmed parent having to wing it all the time. Those moments are going to pass by. So you see them with a different perspective. You appreciate getting to enjoy it at this moment because you know that it's going to change in a month. They're going to be talking. They're going to be telling you exactly what they want instead of, doing this number,
Yeah, you've driven this road before.
Yeah. So
it's
interesting.
Be kind of interesting to watch them do what your kids do.
Oh, yes. And it's weird that, genetically, they somehow will still do the things your child did, and they have no idea that your mom used to go get a lick of butter out of the refrigerator, and you can't keep him out of the butter tub either. So it's just a natural
That's pretty good.
instinct to eat butter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, what about brothers and sisters?
I have one sister. That would be Miss Nicole Stewart at Oneonta. She is one of our elementary educators. She's currently teaching first grade. And then she has 2 kids herself. So she has a daughter, Emery, and son, Evan. So
when y'all get together, you got kind of a...
Well, that just scratches the surface. We have a very large family. Very blessed that we've always gotten together. My dad's family, we always bring the cousins together and everyone together at Christmas. So I don't have a head count for how many nieces and nephews there are, but, the first round of nieces and nephews are now graduated from high school, and we have one at Alabama. For her first semester, she's marching, so shout out to Katie. We've got a little bit of everything, every range right now, across the spectrum of toddlerness to playing your trumpet, So
it would be hard to keep up with.
It is. So when we do all get together, it's for the food. We're going to see each other, but we're here to eat. So, and we don't play around. So
Y'all like
There's
to
always.
cook. Y'all like to really.
Well, we like to eat, so you have to cook it if you're going to eat it. So
yeah,
those two things go together.
You got to learn. I always tell people I learned how to cook because
because you wanted to eat.
In college, and I was hungry. I didn't have any money.
Right.
So, how can I do this on $1, but I
Absolutely.
did. So, and I still do that kind of stuff. And Terry's like, Danny, I think we're beyond that rice and bean stuff.
Me and my husband do still have this argument that, I could buy any macaroni I want, but I want the 25-cent macaroni because that's the one I'm craving today. So,
that's the one
I do have a macaroni problem sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's my go-to, I guess, for my comfort food. My easy fix is cheap macaroni.
Yeah.
So,
well, what do you do for the bank primarily?
Somehow that's a loaded question, Danny. Well, I will say it's been 16 years. I came in unexpectedly. My sister applied for a job with Hometown Bank. She had just committed to her school schedule and her work schedule, so she wasn't able to come for the interview. So she tells Patty, my sister's looking for something. Patty just says, can she be here at 3? Interviewed with Patty and Angela, and 16 years later, here we are. No banking experience. And I think that's been a benefit to come in with no predisposed ideas of what I should and shouldn't do as a banker. So what I do at the bank, honestly, the answer is I teach every day.
Yeah.
But the seat that I fulfill is the one that runs those ITM machines. So I'm in your drive-thru. We're the digital teller that waits on you. But that really scratches the surface of what I touch and do every day. But that's the seat that I sit in.
Yeah.
That as well as working with our dispute team, which keeps me busy. So.
I was visiting with you guys the other day, and I felt like that I was in the police detective area. So we were trying to figure out, okay, what exactly is going on here?
Yeah. Where do we need to look for that? What would it be? How do we find this problem? Lots of research. I love to dig. We've discussed our hungry, humble, and smart. I'm a very hungry hippo at Hometown Bank, and I will find an answer to anything that I can find an answer to. Let's find a way to make something more efficient. Let's find a way to improve a process that we're doing every day. Does it still make sense to do this process? So, if questions are being asked, I'm probably the one asking them.
We do encourage that, I think.
But it's for the growth of the team. But, we've talked a lot over the years about work life, home life. Life is life. The older you get, you appreciate that more, that my habits here at the bank are still my same habits at home and vice versa. So you've got to learn to grow, and the things that you learn through work to pivot in a situation or have a constructive conversation that may really be conflict, but you can still have it in the form of a conversation. Those skills you have to take with you at home, to school, to the office, to family, whatever the scenario is,
Well, they work everywhere.
You got to practice them, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's always room for growth, but yeah, I'm a button pusher sometimes and a question asker, but if it needs an answer, it needs an answer.
Conversation starter. Kind of.
Fire starter? I don't know, but yeah, no. The thing is like learning the right way to try and start that conversation. That's been something I've really tried to work on and grow in, and that's those aspects of how you carry yourself and how you present things are things that we have decided are important and that we have decided we need to grow on. So I'm proud to continue working every day. And I'm the first to say I've got all the room in the world to continue to grow. But, it's in our culture that we want to do things right. We want to get it done, and there's lots of it to do.
Mm-hmm.
But there's ways that we can do it better. person to person or project to project, whatever it is. So,
well, certainly appreciate that understanding and pushing it forward. I mean, that is the key, and has been the key, and will be the key. It's not something that's just a one and done kind of thing. So,
it's continuous.
Got any kind of changes? So, any funny things that you can remember that maybe over all those years that. I mean, it's probably a lot, but maybe the one or two that you.
Well, there's one involving one Joanna 4 that I will not repeat on camera because bless your heart, I'm not going to share that one. But I did realize that I had forgotten. Our shred bins need to be emptied. This has been years and years ago, Taylor Line days. So we have a lot of work that needs to go into the shred bin. I go to the back room at Oneonta to dump the shred. So that door is the one that's closest to the exterior door of the building. I reach my hand out, place my hand on the handle to find that there's a snake wrapped around the handle to the door inside the bank. And so what do? I really just did nothing. I just calmly backed away like, I don't believe this is happening. Went to get another person to say, do you believe this is happening? And then we swept him out the back door, and that was it. So, but yeah, snakes in banks, snakes on planes. It's not something I signed up for.
That's not exactly.
But it was fine. I didn't. Nothing happened. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I just. Yeah. I did not overreact, so that was good.
In the bank, yeah, we
snakes in the bank. Yeah.
Every kind of animal possible at some point. Either in or
yes,
outside.
Those machines, they attract things that want warm, fuzzy things. Look for warm, safe areas. So.
Yeah. Well, is there something you're doing outside of work that you're working on a lot? Or
well,
hobbies, that kind of
I
thing?
do prefer to be at home with my power tools, and I will build a deck, and that's my happy spot is to, I'm really good at demo. You need anybody, let me know. Putting it back together, I can do it if I can decide what I'm going to do. So it's the decision making that comes with like, how do you want to do this project? I know you know another person that may struggle with that a little bit, but Overthinkers Anonymous here. But no, I really do enjoy working with my hands. I'm gardening. And by gardening, I don't mean like I can grow food because that's not something I've ever accomplished. But I'll put something in the dirt and see if it makes it till next year. Yeah. I like that. But yeah, I enjoy just being outside and taking on a project. So.
Is there one or two that you're doing now that you?
Well, I have unfinished projects. I'm really good at 80% of the work. It's that final part that I need to just learn to write a check for. So, putting some trim on this and some trim on that.
Sherry would tell you that I have some similar, similar issues. Yeah.
So. We can be card toters of the club. So, but
swap out. You come to my house and finish out my last 20%.
That's a really neat trick though to bring up, because if you activate the need to help someone, we're gonna get it done. But if it's for me and it's my own mess, my own problem, it can wait.
Yeah.
So, but I'll come save your day.
Yeah, I didn't mention this about Monica Shkama. She was here. Her husband's in stonework.
Oh yes,
and he promised a wall in the back of their house for the last 15 years.
Hey, but they're getting there.
They're getting there. Yeah, they're
almost done.
Over the hump, but 15 years later.
Yeah. Well, I've had some of those really extended projects too, so it's okay.
Well, it sounds like that you're having a good time doing that, and that's that's important. That's your way of relaxing. So, I would encourage it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
It's that time and money thing where you have to figure out, well, when I have the time, do I have the money? And if I have the money, I need to schedule the time or it's never going to happen. So just little stuff.
Well, Michelle, thanks again for number one, joining the team, being part of the team for so long. And secondly, for your time today. Thanks again for joining us for the Hometown Podcast, and stick around. We'll see you next time.